Hello guys, how are you all? Hope you all fine. I'm your author. Today I come with very new story with very new content. I'm sure you all like it. So let's get started. Jim, I'm tired now. Hurriedly said Jim. Who told you missed the bus, huh? Asked. Don't say like that. He make face crying face and said, because of you, Tiang, because of you we missed the bus. Said Tiang, stop it. Let's ask for lift. Beautiful face, beautiful face. Sparkle, Jimin, are you mad? Think he see one guy coming, said Jimin, hold his hand and nodded as no. Jimin, no. Tiang, oh, so you want we spend whole time here? Asked. Jimin nodded as no. Tiang sit on the ground. Jimin, he sit middle of. Tiang, are you? Now someone stopped the car, smiled, unbelievable. Well, the introduction you all read it by yourself. After 1 hour later, Jimin, Tiang, stand up. I think we should go. So Tiang, how we go, huh? Jimin, we just wasting the time. Hold his wrist and said, well, he is looking scared. Tiang, okay, fine. He picked up his bag and both started walking. Jimin had fast. Tiang looked at him. Tiang, are you okay? Hurriedly asked him and nodded as no. Tiang, what happened? He sit back and shocked because followed to both. Tiang eyes widened. Tiang, Tim, now what we do? Jimin gulped. Jimin, now what we do? Hold his hand and asked him, you have, he, no, I forget in hotel room. Okay, then let's run, Jimin. What? But next moment, boy started running, also run behind. Boy, Jimin. Oof. Tiang, stop talking, focus on your speed. One stop it, Tiang foot. One stop. Tiang, oh, he fall on Jimin. Taehyung, are you okay? I really asked both. Look at the who's angrily look at both. Taehyung feel fit feet. He about to women scaredly closed their eyes. But next moment, women looking very scared. You both are okay? Ting opened his eyes. He listened. Unfamiliar voice. One man looked at him. He is looking worried. Well, his gray eyes attract towards him. Jimin also opened the eyes he picked. Jimin, thanks for helping us. Jungkook nodded. Oh no. Ting looking down. Today he feel himself. He opened the door and back with first aid. He kneeled down. Jungkook, are you okay? Hurriedly asked Young come to reality. He hurriedly nodded, about to stand up because of and again sit down. Jungkook calm down. Mister looked at him and said, Jungkook, can I first ask permission? Well, he nodded. He held foot in his hand and started doing the work. And Jimin hand. Ting hold Jimin hand. Jungkook, I'm Dr. Jungkook said. He opened the eyes. Jungkook, thankfully you have no need to. Said, well, sometime later, Jungkook want to wash his hands. Jimin, can I help you? He nodded some time later. Oh, so you both are students. Look at the badge and said. He nodded. Jimin, sir, we missed our bus. He said. Looks down. Jungkook see time. Jungkook, come give me your principal number. How they if they're students, huh? Think Jimin hold Tiang hand. Jimin try to stand up. Said Tiang, no Jimin, it's one by one tears rolling down. Don't know suddenly what happened to him. Jimin, at least try. He hold his hand, trying to stand up, but next moment he get an about but timely that man hold his hand on this beauty. Because of he closed his eyes, Jungkook put okay on me. Mm, yes, he nodded. Both eyes. Benjamin opened the door. Because of Jungkook helped he sit on passenger seat. All the time skip. And the second scene also start. Door opened. Jimin entered the room. He's sitting lost in his thoughts. He is smiling. Jimin said, "Tian, come to reality." He hurriedly stand up. Jimin, where were you, Rose? Huh? Asked. Ting, why would I tell you? Rolled his eyes and said, Jimin, well, I see you while smiling. Ting, stop it. Jimin chuckled. He sat beside him. Jimin, well, now how's your feet? He asked. I think now I'm alright, said Jimin. Well, Dr. Jin is very handsome. Smeg and looked at him, Ting peacefully. He smiled and looks down. Jimin started laughing to see his reddish face. Jimin, oh, so Kim Ting start to you know him, said Jimin. What? Huh? I don't know anything about him. Do you hearing what I'm saying? And don't think too much, he said. Hmm. Jimin nodded. Jimin, well, I have one news for you. Smack Jiang looked at him. Jiang speak. Hurriedly said, Jimin, why? Jiang, please, tomorrow I go back home. Looked down. Jimin, oof, I want you stay with me whole time. Said he suddenly chuckled sadly. Jiang, I also want Jimin Taeyang. Taeyang Jimin, I am very strong. Uh, I know how to handle. I know I make everyone smile and hide. But don't know in front of him I am. So Jimin hold his hand. Jimin, hope everything will be okay and your mom starts to said Taeyang hope. Sadly, Jimin see eating more. Jimin, Smeg tried to make him laugh. Jiang, what's it? Dr. Jungkook, Jiang, please tell me. Jimin, I said Dr. Jungkook busy to talking with principal and our principal give Mr. Jin to his card. Happily said, Jiang, are you saying truth? Hurriedly asked Jimin, yeah, but Dr. Jin take decision. He nodded. Jimin, well, now you can walk. But Dr. Jungkook take decision. He nodded. Jimin, well, now you can walk. He nodded. Okay, now sleep. Tomorrow morning we go back Seoul. Jing nodded. Jimin off the lights, and both fell in sleep. Uh, and the next scene start. Next day, door opened and Ting entered the house. Ting, Granny, I come back. Happily, Granny, oh, finally, my son come back. Happily sit and hug him. Dear Granny, I miss you so much. She smiled. Granny, I miss you too, my son. Forehead and said same the moment one lady come out the kitchen. Mr. Wang, oh, so you come? Rolled her eyes and asked, yes, thank you, Auntie, for giving me permission. Thank you so much. He hurriedly sits but looks down like he don't want to look at him. Mrs. Bug. Mm, now come kitchen and make dinner. I am tired. Sid, he nodded. Granny Wang, on you. He just come. He must be tired. And you? She said and looked at her. Mrs. Wang, it's okay, mom. Tell to her. Tell to her, but angrily look at him. Young. No, no, auntie. I am coming. You don't worry. I ready. I make everything. He hurriedly said, mm, well, don't worry. The, um, Granny, I slightly said she smiled, tear in mine. Granny, just because of you, I meet him. Huh? Think and smiled. Granny, you enjoy a lot. As he hurriedly nodded, same the moment door opened and one girl entered the house. Wear a very beautiful dress, and she's looking cute that time. Dear Nona, he shocked. Granny rolled her eyes. Dear, come close to her. Nona, dear, why you are Nona? Is everything okay? Asked Rina. Well, I didn't give you permission to ask me anything about myself. Said he looked down. Young, you don't have any right, but I have. Now tell me. She don't have planned to ask her, but because of Taehyung, she behaving with Taehyung, she don't like. That's why she asked. Rina, because my with me, said she shocked. Taehyung looking down. Granny, you have any? Mm-hmm. She rolled her eyes. Same the moment Mrs. Wang come out. Mrs. Wang, what happened, Mom? Um, asked Granny. At least look at your daughter. Angrily, Mrs. Wang, oh, Mom, be practical. It's new. Dinesh, why you didn't understand? She shocked. Granny, I think, are you out of your mind? Huh? Tiang hold Granny hand, make him calm down. Whole conversation, he just looks down. Mrs. Wang, oh, you want my Rina? Behave like you, so, son. Tiang closes his eyes. He know he must be talk on himself. Tiang Granny, my Tiang is perfect. She said, Mrs. Wang, Marina also be perfect. She is beautiful, and I'm sure Prince come in his life. Said Rina looked at everyone with half open eyes. Granny, control herself, otherwise, her. Otherwise, you will. Said she's make and nodded as no, don't worry. Mrs. Wang, I'm also telling you. Tell Ting learned something to her. Tiang looked at her with teary eyes. Granny, stop it, okay? Angrily. Tiang, Granny, calm down. Emily said, Mrs. Wang, if whole life he stay like this, so I'm sure no one ready for marrying him. Uh, hold her hand and go. Tiang, Granny, I told you many times. Don't talk with her like this. But you, mm, said she smiled. Granny, my Tiang is very responsible and beautiful boy. I'm sure someone him. He is king, not prince. Next day, all night Tiang mind on Mrs. Wong talks. He sat on the chair and lost in his thoughts. Like, really, no one? I'm not beautiful whole life. I just see things Like these type, many questions run in his mind. Jimin Taehyung loudly said. He come to reality. Taehyung, huh? What you said and when you come? Asked. Jimin, what happened to you? Are you okay? Hurriedly asked. Taehyung smiled and nodded. But Jimin still not. He not Young must be talk with him. He just need time. So Jimin gave him. Well, time skip. Tiang Jimin, I don't asked Jimin, huh? Tiang looked at him. Tiang, please tell me. I'm asked Jimin, who told you these type things, huh? Asked Tiang, leave it, just give me answer, said Jimin. You are most cute. Most cute. Uh, you are most cute and beautiful boy. Literally, your heart is very soft and clean. I am telling you, he say himself luckiest person ever who marry you. Literally. Said Tiang chuckled Jimin. Now why are you smiling, huh? I'm serious. Doing nothing. I'm luckiest person because I have Jimin like friends seriously. Jimin smiled. He rested his head on Jimin's shoulder. Young Jimin, my eyes want to see him. Say in low voice, Jimin, I'm sure he come in front of you. Sit and silent. Uh, Tian closed his eyes. Well, now he felt better. When he shared with Jimin his talks, then he always feel good. Suddenly, one man entered the classroom. Jimin's eyes widened. He looked at Tian, whose eyes closed. Tian, Jimin, Tian, said Tian. Jimin, see. He opened his eyes. Small smile appeared on his face to see him. Dear, oh, he come. He happily, hurriedly said. Jimin smiled and hurriedly nodded. Hello, class. I'm Dr. Jun Jungkook, your professor. He said everyone starts clapping. Jungkook, hope you all study well. Everyone, yes sir, Jungkook nodded. Now it's time for attendance. Jungkook, Lena present sir. Jungkook nodded. Jungkook, Roy absent. Roy is absent. Roy ne क्या absent. Jungkook, Jimin present sir. Then Jungkook and Kim Taeyang said and look up. He stand up and young present doctor said Jungkook see him and smile because everyone call him sir but only Taeyang call doctor. He like it. Well, he also remember his first meet. He sit down. So let's start the lecture. Everyone nodded. Any question? Nodded as now Jungkook good. He started collecting his things. Taeyang, let's talk with sir. He hurriedly said. Well, Jimin nodded. Both go. Taeyang, hello doctor. Remember? Happily said. Jungkook looked at him and smiled. Jungkook, hello cute boy. Jimin smiled. Taeyang, sir, you remember me? Hurriedly asked. Jungkook, of course. Taeyang chuckled. Jimin once again thinks. Jungkook, no need. Go and study hard, okay? Both nodded. Now he about to go, but Tiang stopped and said, Tiang, sir, today is your first day? Asked. He nodded. Jungkook, Tiang, okay, then all the best. Jungkook smiled and nodded. Now he go. Tiang looked at Jimin. Tiang, he come, happily said. Jimin smiled. He, Jimin, I'm so happy for you. Smiling in mind, he's really, he just think, well, both back, both sit their seats. Jimin hold his hand. Jimin, don't be sad. Now you can see him every day. He told to himself and smile. Tiang, you're right, Jimin. You're right. Tiang happily come home. Today he is very happy, Mrs. Wang told him. Today some guests coming. He happily went to kitchen and do all the work. He come out, Granny, go and take some rest at least, okay? He said. Take no, Granny, I'm totally fine. Happily said Granny, always smile like this. I like it. He chuckled. Well, he go his room because of some reasons. Behind Mrs. Wang opened the door and Jen family entered the house. Well, they are happy. They all sit down. Mrs. Young and Wang both are good friends in childhood. Mrs. Wang, your son is very happy, said Jungkook. Just nodded. There Rina come. Today she wear a tail frog. Looks gorgeous. Well, she sit down. Same the moment Tiang come out. Tiang doctor asked loudly. He loudly said. Jungkook looked at him. He shocked. Jungkook Kim Taehyung. Say in low voice. Mrs. Wang, you both know to each other. Asked. Tiang looks down. Tiang, he is my new prof. He is my professor at university. She nodded, Mrs. N. Well, you don't tell me you teach that much beautiful boys, said and chuckled Jungkook. Mom, Tiang smiled, Mrs. Wang. Tiang, go kitchen. Angrily, he gets scared, Mrs. Jin and Jungkook notice. Tiang smiled fade and he hurriedly went to the kitchen for checking the arrangements. Mrs. Wang. Um, he gets scared, Mrs. Jin and Jungkook notice. So you have any problem? Asked Jungkook. Asked Jungkook looked at Jung back. Mrs. Jin. Jungkook. He come to reality. Mrs. Jin. You have any problem? Jungkook. No. He said. Other hand, Jung freezes place. He think he listens something wrong. Like how he easily said he don't have any problem. Looked at Tiang who was crying. Jungkook eyes on him. Next moment Tiang ran behind Jungkook eyes on him. Granny noticed Mrs. Wang. Where he go? Angrily. Granny, he is not. That's why I send him. Handle the situation, okay? She nodded. Jungkook rested his hand in his. Suddenly he fell. Jungkook, excuse me, sit and go out of the house. He nodded. He don't know what happened to him. Head start. Mm, okay. मेरा 24 था. Next day start. All Jungkook does not sleep. Does not sleep. Door opened. Jack, may I come in? Uh, may I come in, sir? Jungkook, yes. Looked at him. Jack, sir, you call me? Asked Jungkook, yeah. Sent Jimin to my cabin. Sit and looks at the documents. Jack, sure, sir. He go. Sometime later, door knocked. Jungkook come in. Jimin entered the cabin. Jimin, yes, sir, you call me? Asked to him. Jimin, sit down. He nodded. Jungkook, sit and Jungkook, this total 25 sheets. Give to everyone for diagram. When I come, I check it, said Jimin. Sir, today Tiang didn't come. eyes filled with tears, and said, well, Jungkook called him because he want to know. That's why he called him, but now he start the talk. This is good. Jungkook, why? Asked Ting. I don't know Hyung what happened to him. Tomorrow he is very happy. Uh, like, but now he stopped. Jungkook, but Jimin, I'm calling him, but when he didn't attend the call, then I call her his granny. He said Jungkook saw. Jimin, she said Young feeling not she has. So tomorrow I go his office after university. Today, tomorrow. Jungkook nodded. Jungkook, no need to scare, okay? He is okay, said Jimin. I don't know I talk with you or not. Well, he said, uh, Jungkook. Hmm. Jungkook, what happened? Is everything okay? Asked Jimin. Sir, he said and again stopped. Jungkook, what? Jimin, I think starting to you, said Jungkook in mind. I knew it. He just thinks Jungkook silent. Young, he don't know anything. Anyone, his granny, uh, in his auntie talk with him like his, but he is the strongest person. Okay, okay. Said Jungkook, listen carefully. He remembered last how she talked with him. Jimin, he think he is no one him. Jungkook, when you go his house after the call me, that is my number. Say a stone. He nodded. He stand up and about to go, but Jungkook stopped him. Jungkook, Jimin, yes sir. Jungkook, I wait for some time. You didn't tell me anything about our conversation, said Jimin. Okay, sir, as you want. Sit and go out of the cabin behind Jungkook. Stand up in front of the glass wall. Evening time. Door opened and Jimin entered the room. His young eyes get teary. Jimin and Taehyung call him. Taehyung, Jim, one by one, tears rolling down. He come in front of him. Jimin, are you okay? Hurriedly come in front of him and asked, Taehyung, I'm not okay, he said. Jimin looked at him. Jimin, what happened? Taehyung, Jim, sit and start crying. Jimin, Tiang, at least tell me what happened. Asked Tiang, doctor going to marry with her. He said and looks down. Jimin shocked. Jimin, what are you saying? Tiang, Tiang, yes, make pout and look down. Because of his nose is full red. Calm down, Tiang nodded as no, Tiang, no, Jimin. I feel here, point to his side and said, well, Jimin eyes get teary to see his friend like this, but this Minotaur. Like this, Jimin, I'm sure, sir, say no. He said, hurriedly said, but Tiang nodded as no. Tiang, no, no, Jimin. He didn't me, no one me, Jimin. See, I told you, hurriedly said Jimin. Taehyung, he looked at him. Jimin, you are not uh, face everything. You have to face everything. Loudly said Jimin. Jimin, you can do it. I'm telling you. Face next moment he Jimin and start crying. Jimin closed his eyes, trying to relax himself. I looked at the phone. Call is still ongoing. He smiled finally outside. Jungkook listen everything. Jimin, you have to face everything. Do you understand what I am saying? Tiang, Jim, why me? Always. Asked, and then it's enough. Oof. After some seconds, the next text will be start. Oof, my. Uh, mm, छरी ये हो जा यार हो ही गया Jimin looks down. Mm, he know Tiang face everything. These are not just words. It's the feelings of Tiang. Jimin, you need trust. Tiang, tomorrow they're going to. Jimin, stop, okay? Tiang, Jim, doctor, I'm telling you. Tiang, please. Uh, he set the blanket, Jimin, stop and close your eyes. Said Tiang, uh, stay with me, please. Jimin, I'm here. In fact, he's also here. Last line he said in low voice. I looked at the phone. Tiang, well, Jimin, I'm happy because I told him. He's good looking and well mannered person. He is a someone who is and also he is beautiful. But see Rina Nona is beautiful. Okay, Jimin. Tiang, don't think too much. Close your eyes. Said Tiang, Jimin. He really marry her. Jimin, close your eyes. He slowly closed his eyes mm, and fell asleep. Jungkook. Uh, Sometime later, Jimin, sir, he slept. Stay with him. Sure, sir. And then he cut the call behind him and looked at him. After some days later, today Rina come with Tiang at his university. She wanted to meet Jungkook, but whole day Jungkook was very busy. Well, he also acted like he don't want to meet her. Jungkook sit on the driving seat after many days later. Tiang come out. Jungkook, how are you now? Asked. Tiang, I'm fine, doctor. Sid and looks down. Jimin smile. Oi hoy. Jungkook in mind. Good to know that you still calling me doctor. Think and smile. Uh, Oof. Rina sit beside him. Rina Jungkook looked at her. Rina, can we go on dinner? I'm busy, Rina. Huh? But Jungkook nodded as no. Jimin, sir, we both liked your method of teaching. Said Tiang smile. He is smiling. Maybe Libby आ गई मेरे पास. 9 minutes. Finally, just 9 minutes. Tiang eyes on his hand. Jungkook, good to know that, said Jimin smiled. Jungkook looked at Tiang. Now he sat up straightly and started the car. Rina rested her head on Jungkook's shoulder. Uh, Tiang, Jungkook looked at her. Tiang, what happened? Jungkook sat up straightly. I never give permission to someone who rests his head on my shoulder. Do you understand? Said she, shocked. Jimin smiled and looked at Tiang, who was looking down like he forget smile and everything. Jimin, huh? Tiang, start the car. Dina, I'm your cute. Said Jungkook, never gave her answer. Well, some time later, he stopped the car. Jungkook, anyone want to eat something? Asked Jimin. Sir, ice cream, said. Taeyang looked at Jimin. He smiled. Suddenly, Reena's phone started ringing. She see caller ID and gulped. Well, she cut the call. Okay, 8 minutes or 7. After ice cream party, they go. Jungkook stopped the car in front of Jin mansion. Jimin, sir, why we come here? Asked Jungkook. Granny and Mrs. Wang also here. And they nodded. Trina, now we stay here for some days. Ting, but why, Nona? Fine. Um, Finally, he speak. Well, first time. He speak. Okay. Acha, sorry. Acha, sorry. Speak, Rina. Now, uh, Auntie Jan invite us, said again looking down. Ting, but no one told to me. Well, everyone go, Jimin. Thank you so much, sir, said Jungkook. Huh? Why? Jimin, I know why you do this, said Jungkook. Looked at him and smiled. Jimin, I never ask you anything. I know you're a sensible person. You know everything. You know, Jimin also getting. Yes, I know how to handle myself, not my. Everyone entered the room. Young Granny, she smiled. Mrs. And what happened to you? He awkwardly smiled uh, because he is looking weak. Well, Jimin smiled. Jungkook, excuse me. He said and go behind. He sit on the couch. Dear Granny, now I also found someone for you. She said, Granny, huh? Tiang, I don't want to marry, please. Granny, huh? But why? Tiang, please, nah. Well, I don't think someone ready for marrying him. Well, everyone is talking and Tiang is here. So how he didn't speak? It, uh, he said, sit and laugh. Jimin, why? He is beautiful, well mannered, and also just able person. But next moment, he stand up and go upstairs. What are you saying, huh? He is very beautiful. Literally, I want my Jungkook marry him. And you said, I'm just kidding. Sit and looks down. Well, after that, the next text. This is the last text. He entered the room, closed the door, and kneeled down. He never looked anywhere, knees and start crying. I know I'm not beautiful, but it doesn't mean she sit in front of everyone. Sitting, why me? Said Jungkook, you are the most beautiful boy. I never saw someone like you. Said, mm, Tiang faced his place. He hurriedly stand up and turn his side, face his place because Jungkook looked at him. He looks down one by one, tears rolling down. Jungkook takes steps towards him. Jungkook, if you want to know your value, so look into my eyes. If you want to know you are beautiful, so ask to me. If you want to know you deserve or not, ask to my. The next moment, Young look up. He shocked, like what he is saying. Like seriously? Okay. Now he stand up in front of him. About he wipe his tears, but Young turned his side. I don't know, this is your room. I just looks down to give him explanation. First time he did. Other hand, his hand had want. Jungkook, I want to talk with you, said. But Tiang looking down, Jungkook, Tiang, I'm listening. Jungkook, I want one permission to you. He said. Tiang looked at him. He think he listened something wrong, like what Jungkook saying. Okay, hopefully this is the last text. But no, this is the well, no, it's the third last. This is the second last. Okay. Mm. I want downstairs. I'm going to tell everyone you, dear. Okay. Think I want to marry you. Jungkook said. Next moment, Jung eyes shine like he think listen something wrong, but he listened right. Uh, Tiang, are you saying truth? Asked Jungkook nodded, but next moment he smiled. But he takes steps back. Tiang, no, not you. Hurriedly said Jungkook. Tiang, she go to her previous friend. He said, Jungkook. Mm-hmm. Tiang looked at him. Tiang, oh, that's why you think your and asked to him, Tiang, okay, huh? What are you saying? Well, I want last text you all read it. This is not a last. This is a second last. Well, last text is very small, so you all read it. Good. Uh, I don't want to read the text. That's why I'm talk in other topics. Well, our the last text will be start, and finally it will be start. अच्छा हम इसका कुछ करते हैं. Okay, this is the end. Hope you all like it. Bye bye. Take care of yourself. To be continued. Strangyo.